Hey y'all, today we're making a bloomin' quesadilla. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna need to do is get our chicken cooked. Now this is the way I cook my chicken. You can cook yours however you want to. If you wanna dice it up and cook it on the stove, or if you wanna grill it, do however you want, but we like it this way, so this is the way I'm doing it. I rinsed off and trimmed my chicken breast, and then I put them down in my crock pot, and then I'm going to add some taco seasoning. Now I don't ever measure this, but add a pack or two, however much taco seasoning you like will be just fine. Then you're going to add in 1 jar, and we had eaten a little bit out of this jar, but that's okay. You're going to add in a jar of like the chunky salsa. Okay, the chunky I feel like works better because it doesn't leave quite as much liquid, and you still have, you know, some little bites of, you know, the little vegetables and stuff that's in your salsa. But again, preference, do it how you want to do it. So you're just going to put that in your crock pot. That's the only thing I add to it. Pop the lid on it. I cook mine all day long on low, but you could cook it 4 to 5 hours on high if you need it quicker. Okay, once your time is up, once you've cooked it, you're just going to cook it until your chicken can shred apart real easy, okay? So it looks like a lot of liquid in the bottom of this pot, but it's going to absorb into the chicken as we shred it up. And y'all, this chicken is so dang tender. It's so good. If you've never had the chicken cooked like this, I would highly recommend that you try it this way because I bet you'll like it. But the juice, like I said, will kind of soak up into that chicken. If you pour that juice off of there because you think, oh, it's too much liquid, you're going to end up with dry chicken, and nobody wants to eat dry chicken. So I cooked this the day before, and then I just put it into a container and put it in the refrigerator and pulled it out and heated it back up the next day when I needed it, just to make my life a little easier. But you can certainly do it all in the same day. So like I said, I had stored mine in the refrigerator. I brought it out, I heated it back up, and now we're ready to use it, okay? So go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. And then you're going to need a bag. I actually used, I think, 1.5 bags of the tortillas. So get 2 bags to make the amount that I made. Now, if you want more, get more. So what I do is try to get them stacked as evenly as you can. And then I score it because I can't cut a straight line to save my life, y'all. But I do that just to kind of keep my knife on track. And then you just cut them right in half, okay? And you know how tortillas come, they're kind of stuck. I go ahead and just pull mine apart and get them all fluffed up and ready so that it's easier when I start putting these together, okay? So we've got our tortillas, we've got our chicken ready, and I've got some cheese. For some reason, I don't know why it's not on camera, it's sitting off to the side, but we are using cheese, y'all already know that. So to make this quesadilla, what you're going to need, you don't have to have a round pan. I'm using my old crusty pizza pan, but you use whatever pan you want, okay? We're going to take it off of the pan, so it's not going to matter. And I'm using a piece of parchment paper, again, to make it easier to take off of this pan, because I'm not going to serve it on this pan. But if you're going to serve it on the pan, you know, it'll be fine. Do whatever. Now, I put a bowl in the middle of mine because, again, you know, can't cut a straight line, can't lay a straight line, or a circle in this case. So I just do that as kind of a guide to know where I need to put my little quesadilla rolls, and so I'll have something, you know, like a hole in the center to put my dip, whatever dipping sauce I have. Okay, so you're going to take your little half tortilla, put a tiny little layer of cheese down. Now, we don't need a whole lot of filling on these because they're very small, and when we roll them, the stuff, if you have too much stuff, it's going to all squish out, okay? So this is actually too much, in case anybody was wondering. But just kind of play with it and see how much you need. And then I put another tiny layer of cheese on just to make sure that everything is going to stick and be ooey gooey and yummy. So then you're going to roll it. So you got to roll it with the curved side, and that's what's going to make your little cone shape, okay? So we're just going to roll that up. If stuff starts to kind of squish out there towards the end, just shove it back in there. And then you're just going to roll it just like that. And then you're going to take it and put the seam side down, and that way it doesn't fall apart, okay? Seam side down, and just put it right up against your little bowl. And we're going to keep doing this until we run out of room, okay? So I'm going to show y'all again, just so, because y'all, I don't know, there's a learning curve to folding these especially, and I still messed it up half the time. So don't worry about it if you do. Just, reset your brain and keep on rolling. So little layer of cheese, little layer of chicken, a little layer of cheese, and then just roll this right back. And see, I started to roll it backwards and I was like, why does this not look right? So I had to kind of start over again and do my rolling, but that's okay. And see, I have to kind of shove my chicken up in there, but that's okay. You just do the best you can, okay? Look, if you don't like chicken, you can use ground beef. You can use ground turkey. You could use refried beans in here. You can just use cheese if that's what you want to do. So there's a lot of options for this, okay? Anything you could do, roll up in a tortilla, you can do this. Super, super simple, very versatile. I'm trying to give y'all, some variety. But anyway, you're just going to keep going, like I said, until you get that whole bottom layer done, okay? And then once you get your bottom layer, look, I had cheese everywhere, y'all, just cheese everywhere. But once you get your little bottom layer made, see there? We got our first layer, and you can do this. I make 2 layers, but you can do this in as many layers as you want to. But in between each layer, you're going to want to put down some shredded cheese. And that way, for one thing, cheese. We love cheese. But the other, I guess, more practical reason would be that as you stack these, that cheese, when it melts, will help hold these together. So you don't end up, with your layers falling apart. So you're going to roll these the exact same way that you roll the bottom layer, of course. And see, I had too much chicken. I was trying to shove it all back in there. But it turns out fine. And because you can't always be 100% cutting these straight, this one was a little bit bigger than some of the other parts of my layer. So I just kind of went around there until I found one where it fit good. See there, where it doesn't hang over a lot. And you put it kind of in between 2 of the bottom layer. You're going to keep going with that until you have your whole second layer. And again, you could do a 3rd layer, a 4th, however many you could fit, how many people. If you've got a big crowd of people, you can definitely make your ring bigger, or you can, just do more layers, whatever you want to do. But even though this is the top layer, I did go ahead and carefully, and some of it's going to fall off, and that's okay. But I wanted to put another layer of cheese just so it would be a little extra cheesy and it would hold that top layer together. Into the oven, 350 for about 15 or 20 minutes until your cheese is melted and your tortillas are a little crispy around the edges. And then I just put some salsa in the center of mine, and that's how we ate it. But y'all, I am telling you, this is so good. It would be perfect for a football game. We're still in football season. We've got the Super Bowl coming up. Perfect for that. Even a random Taco Tuesday, or you're having any kind of little party, this is perfect because everybody can just grab a little piece and go. Perfect. But look, it's super simple. It's real good, y'all. So you have to try this. All right. That is all I have for y'all today, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.